Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tamio Nakamura. I'm the director of this new program of LLM. Today I would like to introduce some of the main features and especially the merits for you to study in this program. Now, roughly speaking, I'll first talk about the, the main aim of this program, and also some of the merits of studying it. And for more details, I would like to mention a little bit of the major subjects where in this program that you can learn. First of all, LLM is a rather unfamiliar word for many Japanese students especially. Some of you may well know very much, but this LLM course is basically a graduate level course, not the undergraduate level course. So you must finish your undergraduate course before you enter this new program. Now, between the several kinds of graduate level programs, so-called law school is for becoming lawyers, those who are becoming lawyers. And the ordinary graduate law school is mainly for those who wish to become an academic. So this new LLM program is mainly for the rest of the people who wish to become either professional business people or some sort of international, highly qualified people, such as international organization, professional officials, and so on. Okay. And this course also is just 1 year course rather than 2 years for the normal graduate law school, or the professional lawyer's law school for 2 or 3 years, depending on your own qualification. So this is a very short and intensive course after your graduation of undergraduate level. Okay. Now, what are the features of this program? There are 3 points. One is the very new project of dealing with regional as well as global perspective issues. Especially we are very strong in current Asian legal developments, including not just Japanese or Chinese, but also ASEAN countries' legal development. To say nothing of including TPP or any other major international trade relations as well. The second feature is this course is both for theoretical purposes as well as practical purposes. It mainly deals with very specific legal features such as TPP, for example, but we have to shed some light on theoretical analysis on it as well, so that you can put your knowledge into the general perspective of global events in legal terms. The third feature is this is an accelerated short-term course just for 1 year. For example, we have now this general feature of East Asian development in economic terms. This diagram shows how we relate together each other in producing some finished products such as audiovisual products. Japan, China, and Republic of Korea and ASEAN, those are roughly speaking East Asian countries or economic areas. And they export each other the darker arrows, which means not the finished products, but the parts of the product that would consist of the finished ones. So they just depend each other on making the finished products somewhere, mainly in China, and then export it into other global markets, such as America, North America mainly, or European countries. So this is, roughly speaking, a kind of economic features at the moment. To support these economic activities and interdependencies, you need to have some sort of legal underpinnings, such as contracts. So we have to we have to analyze what sort of contracts are used to assure these long-term reliance. So we deal with ASEAN countries, Japan, China, and then we compare with the situation of the internal market of the European Union, which liberalizes the goods, services, capital, and people's free movement in between them. Then we talk about larger framework buildings, such as TPP, or in the case of Japan, Japan and EU Free Trade Agreement. Those are the rather public lawmaking. We start with the private lawmaking by contracts, and then we compare that, we add the information of public lawmaking, such as TPP or Japan-EU FTA. So we start with this private sector lawmaking in practical terms, which is very evidential-based studies, as well as public sector lawmaking, such as reading out the treaties and so on, and then bridge them by the theoretical analysis, especially comparing the East Asian situation with that of Europe under the European Union's lawmaking effort. So what's the point of making this sort of studies? Well, that is the, well, depending on your wish as well, but I would propose some of the features and merits of the study in this course. One is this is the very unique course with the Asian regional perspective. You have never had any other comparable course in the world yet. There are a lot of courses which treats the European Union or ASEAN itself, but we have no course so far which deals with ASEAN and East Asia in general, especially looking at the economic facts and finding out the legal correspondence to that development. Secondly, we have legal experts in this field in Waseda University, international law professors, international trade law included, or environmental law, regional integration law, such as European Union or ASEAN, and Chinese and Japanese laws as well. So physically and also resource in terms of resources, we are best situated in studying this course here. And also, Waseda has a lot of contacts with ASEAN or American or European universities. So if necessary, we make contacts with many professors for them to come over and adapt some of the information as well. Also, that means that we have strong networks of legal professions, business leaders, and so on in various areas of the world, not just in East Asia, but also in North America or in Europe, for example. Now, this course is quite open-ended as well. Even though it has some strong features in focusing Asian development in legal terms, only 6 credits are required courses. Many others are elective, so you can choose freely according to your own wish. For example, what sort of programs are offered? The first 3, legal regulation of global and macro regional markets, comparative law of regional integration, and legal research and writing. These 3 subjects are the required courses, which consist of 6 credits in total. Others are elective courses. Those in blue is basically public international law courses, such as principles of international law, or international law of the sea, or international disputes concerning the law of the sea and Asia, international trade law, and so on. And this pale green ones are East Asian subjects, such as law and practice of international business transaction in East Asia, or commercial arbitration in East Asia, Asia-Pacific investment law, transnational crime in Asia, and so on. Some of the subjects are Japanese law specific, such as Japanese real estate law in a globalized market, or Japanese labor and employment law in a comparative context, and so on. And some Chinese commercial law or dispute resolution in China. Those Chinese law-related courses are offered as well. And mainly for foreign students who do not speak Japanese as mother tongue, for them there are Japanese language courses in addition as well for them to learn if they wish. There are some additional intellectual property-related courses as well, which is offered in English as well. Basically, those courses are all offered in English only. There's no Japanese course at all. Okay? So if you wish to become, for example, an official at the international organizations, you need to have some strong knowledge of public international law. But that is normal. So you need some sort of, how shall I say, specification for yourself, which might be offered by focusing East Asian law or Japanese law or whatever. Okay?